Today we're going to talk about confidence. How do you become more confident in yourself and in the project that you're developing? One of the biggest differences that I've seen in Silicon Valley and San Francisco versus practically every other city in the world is how deeply confident people are in SF, to the point where you sometimes think, where is that confidence coming from? You're surrounded by people who are not only ambitious, not only are building, but it's a supportive environment. It's an environment where the infrastructure is helping you become more confident. You have some of the best schools in the world there. You have some of the most amazing companies there, some of the most incredible venture capitalists and investors, talent, and just surrounded by it. The billboards even. When you're on the highway, they're all tech related. So folks in SF seem to be more confident. So how do you bring some of that confidence to the rest of the world? Particularly in cultures where entrepreneurship and building might not be as common in your environment. I was just in Santiago in Chile, and I learned that the earliest someone gets an internship, a tech internship, is when they've graduated college. So when you're in high school or when you're in college, there isn't that culture of building, whereas you see that quite commonly here in the States, particularly in the Bay Area, where you have high school students and college students building. And of course, this has become more common the rest of the world. I'm not arguing that the Bay Area is the only place in the world where creativity and entrepreneurship is promoted, is encouraged, where there's a confident set of people. But what I am trying to say is that from my own observations, it seems to be that we have an opportunity here to become more confident in other places around the world. So now how do we do that? The first thing that comes to mind is proving to yourself that you can do things. That's where the true confidence comes from, that you're capable. Proving to yourself that you're capable. And how do you make the currency of capability as low as possible, as simple as possible? Because you're trying to get just that initial confidence that is going to kind of create a domino effect, a ripple effect. So if you don't have a network, let's say you're in an environment where you don't have all the investors there, you don't have all the talent there, you don't have all the entrepreneurial ecosystem surrounding you. By the way, this is where I was. When I first started out, when I graduated college, I didn't know anyone in tech. I didn't have a network. And so what did I do? I sent an email. And we talked about cold emailing in the last video. Send an email. Send an email to a founder, whether they're of Chilean descent, or if you're in Finland, or whether they are a Finnish founder, wherever you are in the world. Send an email out to someone who maybe has become quote unquote successful in the market that you're operating in, or outside of the market that you're operating in. The emails and the LinkedIns of these folks are all available. Send that first email. Something else that you can do. Build a project for yourself. Prove to yourself that you could help yourself. There's a frustration in your life, there's something that you wish could be improved. Build a prototype. It doesn't have to be something that you look at as, it needs to be this massive business. Prove to yourself that you can build. Prove to yourself that you can talk to users. Have a conversation with someone and see whether or not you learned anything. See how you could get better at the next conversation. The building blocks of entrepreneurship and of starting something, they're not as time and cost intensive as we might think they are. To gain confidence, prove to yourself that you can do things. Prove to yourself that you can talk to people. Prove to yourself that you can reach out to people. Prove to yourself that you can build something. Prove to yourself that you can solve a problem for yourself or for someone else. Confidence is something that you get through doing. Entrepreneurship is a practice, it's not theory. Ultimately, by putting yourself in the environments that allow you to get rejected, get feedback, that's where resiliency gets built. One of the common considerations of a Silicon Valley, of the United States, is the culture and the way that quote unquote failure or setbacks are perceived, are internalized, and are then acted on. How do you build a muscle of, oh, this person didn't reply to my email? That's okay, I'll email someone else. This project didn't work? That's okay. This hypothesis leads to a conclusion? Great, let's move on to the next hypothesis. Those are some ways that you can grow your confidence. This was a quick 5-minute video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll record some more if you're interested.